You're going to have to be positive no matter what. You're going to have to stay encouraged no matter what. Because the thing that you do is so important and so impactful and so powerful, the enemy wants to stop it. The enemy wants to stop you from carrying through on your promises. He wants to stop you from carrying through on what you have vowed, what you have pledged, what you have committed your life to. The enemy doesn't want you to parent your children all the way up until they're adults. He wants you to drop them off somewhere along the way and let them figure it out on their own. Well, we know that don't work, because God is holding you ultimately responsible for the children that you have brought into this world, because they are yours. You're gifted to be a parent. Oh, you say, I'm not a good parent. Yes, you are. You just need to work at it. You need to read what good parents do and how good parents operate. Don't just go off some 20-year-old data information or allow yourself to be underdeveloped intentionally. No, get wisdom and get knowledge and get understanding and put it to use. Oh, life, real life, success and good success comes from on-the-job training. On-the-job training. You can have a college degree from XYZ University, and it could be the best university in the country or in the world. But it's a big difference between you earning a degree and going into the marketplace and doing the job. And when you do the job, you find out through the job that there are some things they didn't tell you in that place. There are some things that school didn't teach you. There are some things your mom and daddy couldn't teach you. Some things you have to get from God. And this is why we need wisdom. And all you're getting, get wisdom and get some understanding. Learn how things work. When we learn how things work, that takes away anxiety. That removes doubts and insecurities and fears. When we learn how things work, we can become proficient at them. We can become invaluable once we understand the process of a thing, or the making of a thing, or the delivery of a thing. It's that thing you do. You have it within you. You have the gift, you have the skill, you have the talent. But any seed left unplanted will cease to grow. Woo-hoo. Any seed left unplanted, any talent left undeveloped, anything that you know you should be doing that you don't exercise the faith to do, it will not produce the way that it should for you. Let me give you a quick parable and I'll leave you. The parable is the parable of the talents. You know, you read your Bible, you've heard. And the parable of the talents, there were 3 men. And all of them were submitted to work for another man who was a wealthy man, an important man, an influential man, a powerful man of means and resources. And the man thought it would be wise, because he needed to go take a trip to a faraway country. So he said, while I'm gone, I'm going to put 3 people in charge. I'm going to give one of them 5 talents. 5 talents could be $50,000, could be $5,000, could be $5. And the other one I'm going to give 2 talents. A talent could be you sing, you write, you compose, you create, you're athletic, you build, you're an engineer at heart. It's a talent. But whatever the talent is, left undeveloped, left unutilized, potential left untapped, it cannot produce for you. And the third person, he gave him 1 talent. And he said, I gotta go. Blessings on you. I'll be back. He never said when he was coming back. He may have come back in 30 days. He may have come back in 9 months. He may have come back 5 years later. But he did come back. What happened when he came back? He found, upon his arrival, everybody was excited to see him again. Everybody had missed him because he had been away. Well, the first man that he had given the 5 talents came to him and said, Master, good master, thank you for giving me the talents and trusting me. And I have taken my 5 and I have doubled it, and I now have 10. Here it is. I present it back to you. And the master says, no, you keep it. You can have it. I'm just glad You stepped out on faith. You used what I gave you. That thing that you do came into play, and you've been able to succeed even when I wasn't around. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into my joy. And the next one came to him having the 2 talents, now had multiplied his talent, and he was presenting before people and had some following and had some support and had some money flowing, and he came back with 4 talents, which is 2 more than he had. He doubled his business. He doubled his opportunities. He was doing good. And he presented back to the master. The master said, well done. You're a good, faithful servant. I'm so glad I entrusted you to do business on my behalf. But you can keep it. And the third one, upon hearing that the master was arriving back in town, he goes over behind this tree, right? Has a little shovel out, right? He digs the hole in the ground that he had put this talent in so many months ago, and he pulls it out. He digs it up, and he brings it back and presents it to the master, and he says, hey, master, look, I still have what you gave me. And the master looked at him and said, you wicked, lazy sluggard of a servant. You already knew that I reap from places I have not sown. You already knew that I expected you to do something with what I gave you. That thing that you do, that I trusted you to do, you didn't do it. So give me your talent. And he takes it from him, and he gives it back to the man who had the most. So now he has nothing. And the one who had 10 now has 11. And then the Bible goes on to say, to them that have shall more be given, and they will have an abundance. It's the law of use. What you use will multiply, will increase, will expand, and will abound more and more. But to them who have not, that which they seemed to have, they thought they had, yet they didn't use the potential of the talent, that very thing was taken away from him. And now he has nothing, and now he's left to famine, he's left to discouragement, he's left to poverty. Is it the master's fault? No, it's not. All of us have talents and gifts and skills. All of us have that thing that we do. But are you doing it? Search yourself, search your heart, search your life. Are you doing what you were called to do? Are you doing what you've been told to do? Have you ever took counsel from someone, taking up their time, and they told you exactly what to do? But then you went and didn't do it? But then you come back and ask them for more advice? They give you more advice, and then you take it and you still don't go do it? Well, it won't produce anything. Faith without works is dead, being alone. So if you're going to become who God created you to be and expand in the ways that God is calling you to expand and to grow, you have to do something with your talent. God has given gifts to all men, all of us, men and women alike. We have something that we were designed to do, created to do, was born to do. And once you start doing that thing, you'll be able to do it with your eyes closed. You can do it when you wake up in the morning. You can do it while you're on vacation, because that's how powerful it is in your hands. So I'm going to stop. I just want to encourage you. Use your faith. Don't shrink back. Don't have excuse ahead and say, well, I would if. I would, but. They won't help me. They won't let me. The devil is a lie. The only one in charge of you is you. So look yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself and say, get up and let's go. Get up and let's get it done. Go and finish it. Go and complete it. Go and start it. Go and enact upon it. Go and buy it. It's totally your job and your responsibility to use your gifts, your talents, your skills, your relationships, your good looks, every perfect gift that God has gifted you with. Because he's going to call you to account one day. And he's going to ask you, what did you do with my talents and the anointings that I gifted you with? And what are you going to tell him? Don't be like the sluggard. Don't come back with no excuses. And if you do what God called you to do, you will prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers, as long as you live in the earth. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day.